guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the last video of 2021. I wanted to get you guys one more Kevin Samuels video this year. You guys have gone crazy for Kevin Samuels reactions this year. Hit the subscribe button down below, like this video, comment, share with a friend or two. Before we get started with the video, I just want to wish you guys a very happy, safe new year. Thank you to all of my wonderful subscribers and supporters. I love you guys so much. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. And let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so quick little breakdown. Kevin Samuels, a few days ago, he had a show where he let viewers call in and criticize any and everything about his channel, any and everything about what he does. He called it the Holiday Smoke Show. And so in this show, there's just a bunch of women who are calling in to rip into Kevin Samuels and to tell him all the things that women have been saying about him, all the nasty things that women think about him, and really just give them a piece of their mind. And yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good night. I'm well. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right. So what's the disagreement?
Well, okay, you were commenting earlier about how men essentially develop the world, and that's true. I would agree with that to an extent. What I would ask though is,
to an extent?
Well, yes, but I would add to that to say that I think that, well, I don't think, but men also have contributed to a lot of other groups not being able to contribute to the development of civilization. For example, women couldn't vote, women couldn't own property, women couldn't be a part of certain professions. And that was in large part.
Okay. Hold on. Do women have it better today than they've ever had it?
Right. No, but I'm talking. Yes.
Okay. Are you okay? What are women not able to do today?
Well, I wasn't talking about now. I was.
Well, man, this is the time we live in.
No, but I'm contributing to your point about.
Okay, so what she's saying is, a lot of times on his show, he says that women have easy jobs. They have careers that don't require a lot of effort to get. They have these flimsy degrees. They don't actually have meaningful jobs. Men build the world around us. They're the ones who have the construction jobs, the hard labor jobs. And what she's saying is, for a long time, women couldn't even have those type of jobs because men would bar them from having those kind of jobs or getting certain kinds of degrees. There were systems in place that stopped women literally from being able to do the same thing that men are doing. And he's countering that argument with, well, I don't care about back then. I care about today.
How men created the world. I'm
yes.
saying that there's a background to that. I don't think it's accurate to just make those general statements.
Yes, it is accurate. Who created the world, men or women?
But I'm saying that those men, those same men, created systems and laws and norms.
So to what? There's always going to be war. There's conflict is part of the human condition. You're 26. 1,000 years ago, most men died in what?
In wars.
Thank you. Do we have those?
Not as much anymore, no.
No. So the arguments you're making is men have made structures. Men have also civilized the world in general to where you can do anything you want to almost as a woman and walk down the street. If you decided to get in your car and drive to the local convenience store,
to some extent, women.
There's no to some extent. There is no to some extent.
Women fought for that to some extent.
You didn't fight for shit. We gave it to you.
Women
didn't fight for it. We gave it to. We gave it to you. Women didn't fight for it. We gave it to you. Suffrage was a man. Men gave you the right to vote. You didn't fight for shit.
You gave us the right after we had to fight. Right out the gate, you put restrictions on that stuff. So that's not fair to say, oh yeah, men gave you that right. Not right off the bat, they didn't. We had to make a big fuss about it in order to get recognized and to be taken seriously. Then you said yes. Eventually, at some point, men have changed the laws. However, it's taken some convincing, some fighting.
It was given to you. History is a tricky thing, man. They can say they fought, you asked, and we gave it. Okay, ma'am.
Can I
If you
ask
want to
you
have a
something?
conversation, if you want to, no, 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 hold on, 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 hold on. You can't
Or
overtalk
did
me. You can't
slaves
over
fight
fucking
for them?
talk me. That won't work. That is one thing. It says it in the instruction. See, that's when I start to get like tyrannical. Why do you think you can overtalk me? I don't understand why y'all think that's gonna be okay. Make your point.
I was just trying to make the point. So then, according to your argument, then that means that slaves did not fight for their freedom either. White people just gave it to them. They didn't.
That's right.
So you believe that?
Yes. What slaves rebelled, but did
The
they?
Haitians had a
Excuse me.
revolution and there
Excuse
was a
me.
slave rebellion.
Excuse me. Facts are stubborn things. Until the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, the 13th Amendment, it doesn't matter how many Nat Turner rebellions happen. Facts are stubborn things. Prior to the women had suffrage movements, and women have been fighting for the right to vote since we had a constitution. Until you were given the rights by whom?
So he's agreeing that yes, women had to fight for the right to vote. Okay, saying that slaves didn't have to fight for freedom, what do y'all think about that? What do you think about that statement? Because there's obviously something I'm not getting, because as far as I know, slaves definitely had to fight for freedom, because white Southerners weren't just giving them their freedom when they asked for it. Oh, master, I'd like to be free now. Oh, okay, just sign here on the dotted line and you're free to go. It didn't work like that. There was a lot of death, intervention, war, struggle before the freedom came. It wasn't just given to them. So to negate that there was a struggle or a fight, I don't agree with that. Let me know what you guys think about that comment. I think that's a very interesting statement. Moving on.
Well, then that's exactly my point.
Yes, you were given, you didn't fight for
But I'm
them.
saying that's exactly my point, though. My point is that I just think that it's like you make these broad generalizations without taking into
Broad
consideration
general.
that,
Okay, what is a broad generalization? What is a generalization?
like the things you were saying to the woman earlier about, oh, men did this, men did that,
No,
whatever.
no, no, no. What is a generalization? Define what a generalization is.
When you just make a statement that is like broad in its kind of scope.
What is okay? Somebody not want to give her help because I don't think she's getting it. Is a generalization? Do you know what a generalization is?
When you said earlier, this is what I think.
Generalization, a general statement or a concept determined by inference or a specific case. Action of generalizing. That means you make a broad statement about
I
a
just say the
topic
word
because it's,
broad. I
excuse
just said
me,
that, and you told me that
if
it's
you
one of the
fucking
statements.
overtalk me one more time, I'm gonna have to drop you. Is this funny to you?
No, it's not. I just said
Because
the
I
word
can make it
broad.
funny. I can make it funny to my audience if you want to.
I
The
just said
problem
the
is,
word broad. That's all I meant.
women don't like generalizations. See, women like you like special snowflakes in nuance.
Look how he's keeping his little mouse on the mute, over the mute button, ready to mute her. He's just waiting to shut her up. Like,
Nuance. But like it or not, all you have to make a generalization is a majority. A generalization is broad because it has to cover a broad swath. How do you have a conversation about 7+ billion people? How do you have a accurate conversation about so many people?
Sir, I just said the word woman.
Sir, ma'am, how do
And
you
you
have
told
it?
me I was inaccurate.
You don't like generalizations. You make broad generalizations. Okay, gonna continue to do it too. Where are you
No,
from?
I was trying to.
I make broad generalizations. I'm gonna continue to do it. Just like I can say
No, I was
today.
just.
I'm saying I did. I'm saying I do. I'm not saying you do. What's your next point?
No, well, I mean, that was. Again, I was just trying to say that. I was just trying to add on to what you were saying
Yeah, I
earlier.
get it. I get it. Mankind causes problems.
Another thing I would ask, right?
I get it. Mankind causes problems, and mankind also corrects systems. That's what happens. Man makes problems, man corrects problems. Man makes systems, and systems oppress. Systems also free. My question is this. You ready? Because that's basically what you're saying. I'm not. What system works better?
Which system are you referring to?
Well, it's like you said. People had to fight for stuff. People, slaves and women for the right to vote. You can fight for it, but it was still granted a freedom. Systems exist to govern people. People must be governed. Imperfectly, I grant you, but they must be governed. What system would you propose?
System of governance, system of relationships. I'm not sure what system.
Yeah, let's talk about a system of governance.
I mean, I like democracies. Is that what you're referring to?
Where,
I like democratic system of government.
uh-huh. Do we live in a democracy?
I think so. Yeah.
We live in a republic, a democratic republic.
A republic is a democracy. Same thing.
You are ruled by the majority rules, the minority is protected. Representative government.
Mm-hmm.
2 senators from each state, and then people elected to Congress based upon the proportion of the population of the city, I mean, of the states. It's imperfect. Human beings don't do anything perfectly. So, how we got here is, I think we have a lot of interesting things. One of the things I love about being the leader of the feminist party is I get to look at all the feminists and rile them up because a lot of feminists want equality when the feminism ultimately was not ever about equality, it was about choice. So, if you have any other disagreement, go ahead and make your next point.
I would ask about like, okay, so you had said at one point that like women should be willing to, like, during a certain number of dates they should be prepared to be intimate with the person after a first date or a second date. But then you would say things like, oh well, you have used vagina, so it's like, which is it? Should I not have a used vagina, or should I not go on the first and second date?
Oh, not use vagina. That's not what he said, okay? What he's saying is that women need to stop using men for free food. Basically, they go out on dates with men with no intention of putting out, no intention, they have no sexual attraction to them, and yet they keep going out on dates with them, using them for this or that. And he's saying if you're not physically attracted to that person, like you couldn't, the possibility of sex is not on the table at all for you, you should not be going on a date with that man. A lot of women distort that and think that he's saying you should put out on the first date. That's not what he's saying. He's saying if you go to a date or two and you see that you're absolutely not attracted to this person has absolutely no chance with you, then you have absolutely no business going out for a second, third, fourth, fifth date and leading the person on, letting them invest their resources into you. That's wrong. And the idea that nobody once ran through kitty cat, well, that's an argument for another day.
It up on the first and second date. Like, I don't understand
What do
that.
you mean you don't understand? Those two things could be the same. Two things can be true.
But you made it sound
Hold
negative.
on, hold on. See, you have a problem. You'll talk, and then when it's my time to talk and I start speaking, you start over talking. Why is that okay to you?
I apologize.
No, but I'm going to ask.
He been on here for almost 3 hours listening to these women just go in on him. But what I've noticed is over the course of the 3 hours, he's getting more and more agitated. And at this point, I think he's just ready to check on out. Kevin is tired, okay?
Ask, is that how, why is that all right with you? You hear me talking.
It's not all right. I'm sorry.
And why is this such a big deal? Because our women just have so little respect for us. They just think men don't do that with one another, because men would come to physical conflict if we treated each other this way. Two things can be true at the same time. You should not go out with a man who you are not sexually attracted to, a man you would not have sex with. You should go on the first date. You go on the first date to determine whether or not there's chemistry there or connection, to where if there's another date, you shouldn't go out on a second date with somebody you are not sexually attracted to and would have sex. Because to men, dating equals sex. So the problem today is women are not being fair dealing. You're not just dating one man at a time. Maybe you are, but most women aren't just talking and dealing with one man. They're dealing with multiple men and bouncing around and dangling the possibility of sex in front of a man, or not even, or just knowing they're not interested in having sex, period. Ultimately, you know what men want is the truth. Are you going out with me because you're really interested in me and want what I want? Or are you here for me to actually incense you to be with me? Now, that's the dating notion. That means you don't have to date that many people. You don't have to go out with on a first date or a second date or a third date with a guy. You get to choose. But like it or not, men don't want women who've been ran through either. No one wants to marry a town hoe.
Well, that's what I would ask then, because what if it is that a person goes on a date with somebody, and for whatever reason, maybe lack of chemistry or whatever, but then it's like you're also villainized. Like, even if you're
On one
villainized and
date,
you
you
have
get a date. You get a date. Nobody's going to villainize you for going out with somebody
no, you're
that you
villainized if you
no,
have
no one's going to
body
villainize.
count,
No one's
is what
going to
I'm saying.
villainize you. No, damn. No one's going to villainize you for going out with somebody on a date and you don't have attraction. Guess what? I've gone out with people that I'm not attracted to either. You get a date. We're talking about multiple dates. See, the problem is, audience, women play dumb. And men are tired of women playing like y'all don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, I wasn't playing dumb. I was trying to
I didn't say
understand.
you, I said women. Okay, I didn't say you. I don't know you. I said, but men are tired of women playing dumb, because women do play dumb. Women act like they don't understand this, but when it's time to go get what women want, they know how to get it. Is the ultimate question? My ultimate question is this: what do you want from a man in a relationship? Do you want to be married one day?
Yes,
Do you want children?
I think I would have one.
Who's helping you effectively sort or vet men?
Helping me vet men. I guess I have to do that
There
myself.
you go. That's the problem. Ding, 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 ding.
I agree.
Yep. Because you can't even have a conversation without over talking a man. Good luck with that. Buy a dog right now. Get dog insurance and a chew toy.
Okay, he's clearly pissed off because the girl overtalked him. He's gonna go off on a tangent. I'm gonna stop the video. But I want to say this. Women absolutely do act dumb when it comes to this dating thing. They like to pretend that they don't know the rules of the dating game. But the whole time, they're manipulating them. You're gonna act like you don't know that you're not supposed to be going on multiple dates with this man when you're not sexually attracted to him, and think that that's okay? You think we just gonna let that slide? No, baby. we are calling you out because you know this is not going anywhere. So yes, I'm 100% for Kevin Samuels putting his foot on these women's necks, because a lot of you guys are out there just pretending, manipulating, playing naive, playing dumb, like you don't know what's going on. But ma'am, you absolutely know what's going on. I really commend Kevin for having this show where he allowed women towards the end of the year to just put it all out there. That he let them come with everything they had. That tells me he's an authentic person. He's somebody who wants you to challenge him. He doesn't market himself as someone who knows everything or who can't handle objection. I admire the fact that he put himself out there to say, hey, I've been hearing y'all don't like what I'm doing. Now go ahead and tell me why. Let's address it. I respect it. Like I always say, I don't agree with everything that he says, but you have to respect the man. I've been doing a lot of Kevin Samuels videos this year, and this video is my favorite simply because he opened himself up to the public and he said, you know what? I have nothing to hide. What you got? Let's talk about it. And I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes I get tired of listening to Kevin because it sounds like same old, you know, it's the same type of chicks that call into his show. He's saying the same old stuff. He's rude sometimes. He'll be cutting them off at the knees, and it gets to be a little bit nauseating, you know, to see it over and over and over again. But this video gave me a fresh new perspective as to who he is, and it reminded me that he really is trying to help people. Kevin Samuels really is trying to bring Black women and men together to get them to an understanding of one another, and I appreciate that. Y'all can call him gay, you can call him you can say that he hates his mother and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, this is just a Black man who wants to see his community doing better. And he's calling out the bullshit that he sees. And you guys may agree with it, you may not agree with it, but as far as I go, I respect it. So, let me know what you guys think. As usual, I love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me all year. I can't wait to see you in the new year. Be safe out here in these streets. I love you guys. Love, peace, and chicken grease.